This meeting is being live streamed. Got it. Yeah, I don't see anybody yet. Okay, that's got it. Whee!
What do you think of my
this
little
is not loud.
background there, huh? That's a
So
cool
anyway.
background. All right, let me mute me there. I have to mute the YouTube, otherwise we hear a double talk.
Oh, you hear Biden talk.
You're being recorded.
Well, keep in mind, there is a naughty list. So
Oh,
you know,
that's true. Yeah. Yeah, you're allowed to judge. Okay. Yeah.
there you go.
And I know Mike and me are on the naughty list. Very naughty. The naughty good list, the good naughty list.
So
All right. Hello, everybody. My name's Isla. This is Most Things Hypnosis, and welcome to this show. I'm going to actually mute the music and keep the background going. That's kind of a cool background, I thought. I'm Isla Brock, and I am the host of Most Things Hypnosis. I had to grab my phone because I always have a little bit of a butt first segment that I do. And this is it. And I was like, if I can find it, it's kind of a touching story. I read this at Thanksgiving. I saw this online. I don't know if you saw it, Robert, but I thought it was pretty cool. Just a time for remembering. Remember Sunday and not the remembrances of a Sunday and just not knowing when this actually, the person who wrote this, it's a true story. They just don't remember exactly the dates. So we're dressed as British soldiers and the assistant director is explaining the scene. It's June 1940, he begins. The Germans have pushed British forces back to the north coast of France. Churchill has a plan to rescue as many as possible from Dunkirk, but he needs a decoy. You represent, he's telling the actors, you represent the 5,000 British and French soldiers at Calais, and you are that decoy. 200,000 men will be saved from Dunkirk. You, the soldiers of Calais, will be sacrificed so that can happen. The scene we're filming today represents the moments after you've been told you will be sacrificed and that you're all going to die. Okay, he's a film director and he was trying to create a mood. So the precise historical accuracy regarding dates, numbers, general facts wasn't that important to him. But those words, you're all going to die, kept coming back to me throughout the day. And it was a long throughout the day. We ate early and this just hung around waiting in the cold. We waited. The day dragged on. We waited, and the bantering started and then got tedious. And gradually we lost high spirits because it was really cold now, and the cold began to bite under our thermals. Then the hunger started, and we hadn't had a tea break for ages. And it was taking so freaking long. It's how long can it take to shoot one scene? And all the while, somewhere in the back of our minds, we knew eventually we'd wrap and would have that tea and change out of those damp clothes and get into a warm car. And eventually we'd be home in the comfort of our own beds. All the while we knew we weren't going to die. A few of us realized this is as we stood there grumbling in the dark cold of that Remembrance Sunday. We had a moment of insight, you might say. Yes, some of us noticed and couldn't ignore the discrepancy between our safe whining and the thousands of boys younger than most of us on the set who had sat on the hills of Calais in 1940, knowing they weren't going to come home. Strange, and maybe it's just my interpretation, but the whining did seem to dampen right down after that. What does it all mean? Nothing and everything. But this is one thought it hit me. We are all going to die. Maybe the greatest luxury we have is not knowing when. That's kind of profound. All right, now on to our Christmas show. Oh, I have Santa here today. Again, I had him here a month or so ago. Maybe he might be bringing some friends along. It depends on if they can get their sleighs parked. I know parking in some parts of the world are just tough. Inclement weather could be a part of it too. So hopefully others show up. If not, you get to have the show. But
Okay.
we're here today to talk a little bit about how to schedule a Santa. If you'd like to schedule a Santa to come to your function, the Santas can be scheduled. They can do private, like family things if you want, or corporate, whatever. I mean, it's all there. So, and then how to know what Santa to pick, because not all Santas are equal. Isn't that right, Santa?
Yes.
Talk to
First
me.
off, there are plenty of different ways to hire a Santa Claus. You have Nationwide Santas, which is a hiring agency. There are numerous agents that hire Santas as well. They can do just about anything: corporate visits, tree lightings, parades, home visits. I do a lot of home visits during the year. There's all sorts of different things that we can do. Some of us can bring our own chairs. I don't. I am one of those people. If I bring props, I'll usually forget them. So I don't bring any props that I can help. When you contact these people, find out, tell them what you want to do, or you can contact Santas directly. There's a lot of us have our own Facebook pages. You can find someone near your area. There's plenty of Santa organizations out there that can help point you in the right way. When you hire a Santa, first things first, you make sure he has a current background check. Now, most of the groups that I'm in,
what kind of background check?
Whatever legal type of background check. The one I get for free. It doesn't include fingerprints, but you can go get fingerprinted, get a background check at a police department, use that, send that out, have it be as current as possible. I think mine is current to November. I didn't think about it. I could have sent you my background check so you could see. It just basically says, yeah, the guy's good. He's got nothing under this name.
Don't worry about the comments.
But I was just seeing, I thought, never mind. But
I'll let you know. I gotcha.
But yeah, make sure he's got a current background check. And also, if it's important to you, make sure he has insurance. I am insured, and I do have a current background check. Now, I have had instances where people tell me, and the prices Santa charges can vary quite a bit. I know some that charge $450 for 15 minutes. They have no openings year to year. I'm a little bit less than that. I'm $250 for a half-hour home party, $300 to $350 an hour for corporate events.
Okay.
And I have usually no problem getting that. And I do get people occasionally tell, well, I'm not paying that. And I tell them, okay, that's fine. You make sure the person has a current background check. And you'd be surprised how many times I get why do I need a background check?
Let's talk about why. Why do you need a background check?
Anytime you are hiring a performer for your children, you make sure he's got a current background check. I don't care if it's a magician, a Santa Claus, a Mrs. Claus, an elf,
what could potentially go wrong?
Whatever time of the year it is, not just for Christmas. You just want to be sure, because I remember, and this has happened to me numerous times, people tell me, oh, I'm not going to pay that. I'll just get the guy down the street to do it. And I tell them, well, make sure he's got a current background check. Oh, well, he's lived here a long time. I know him. Fine, get a current background check.
And he's on Megan's Law.
And that's happened twice. Yeah. And one time somebody told me something about, they called me back a day later and they hired me. And when I was at the party, they said, they apologized. They said, you were right. And I asked, what was it? And they said, well, let's just say we don't feel comfortable living that close to this person.
Yeah. exactly.
find out. And, there's a lot of people out there that don't have anything to be worried about. But
Mhm.
do you really want somebody who maybe
Yeah.
on the Megan's Law website or whatever,
Or sex
some
offender.
type of sexual predator performing around a bunch of children?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because nothing may happen at the party. It's afterwards. They see them going home. They might follow. It can be scary. And yeah, I am saying that to scare people because it is serious. These are your children. So, we want to take care of them.
Yeah, well,
They're
your
innocent.
children and your loved ones' children. Because if you're throwing a
Big
Christmas
party.
party,
Yeah.
you're getting family from all over coming out for that. Know
Mhm.
who you're dealing with. And
Exactly.
we have plenty of referrals, recommendations. We can run the gamut. You could hire a Santa off of Gig Salad, Gig Masters, like I said, Nationwide Santas. There are plenty of entertainment agencies out there. I have been contacted by numerous ones for this season because now the pandemic seems to be over. Everybody
now.
wants Santa.
Oh,
And
yeah.
very
Yeah.
good time to be a Santa, a very busy time to be a Santa. And I'm also turning down an awful lot of gigs.
Because you're so booked.
Yeah. But
Nice.
and now you call up the Santa, you book him for however much, for however long a period of time. Let's say it's a home party. Now, as
Okay.
for me, I basically tell you what I will do. I come a couple minutes before I'm supposed to show up, have somebody meet me outside. I have my trusty sack, and we will put the presents inside the sack. Make sure the name is written clearly. There's a lot of people have loud wrapping paper. That's fine. But if you write it real small and I got to sit there and twist and turn the thing and look and then read something that looks like ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, that doesn't work. Have the name in big letters on there. It doesn't matter if the child's not going to think about, hey, that wrapping paper matches my parents' wrapping paper. And also that writing matches my mom's writing. They don't think about that.
They don't care.
Okay. They're seeing Santa in the flesh sitting right down in front of them. They're excited.
Right.
So then I stand at the door for about a minute or two after to let that parent who came out to meet me to put the presents in the sack, let him get situated. Then I either knock on the door or I come in and go to the room where everybody's gathered and ho, 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 really loud and scare the bejeebers out of everybody.
Good.
But anyway, I go in there and then I will do a little repartee. I'll crack a few jokes, do a few little routines, and then we start. The child comes, I normally, unless it's a baby, don't sit them on my lap.
Right.
And there's a lot of kids, a lot of children that don't, even at a very young age, they're kind of leery about sitting on somebody's knee. That doesn't bother me. They could stand next to me. They could lean against me, which normally they do.
Picture time and get the gifts and get the
Yeah,
pictures.
we get the gift, we get the picture. And then usually once the child is done with me, that's it. Then at the end, I can read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas if they choose that. A lot of them do. And then I get group pictures, the individual families. Now, we already had the pictures with each of the children. Now I get all the children and the mom and dad in the pictures. And then we get the one big, everybody who's at the party cram into this, have the neighbor next door take the picture.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gone.
Then you're gone. How long does all that take if you got a group of about 25 kids?
I can easily do that in about 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can stay over a little bit. It doesn't bother me. Some Santas are like 30 minutes only.
Thought you got
It doesn't have a few minutes. I'm having a blast. I'm having fun.
Oh, yeah.
The families
Good.
are a lot of them have never had a professional Santa before. So when they see a little bit of what you do, they're like, whoa,
Yeah.
And the kids,
that's
they're
awesome.
blown away because Santa's in their living room. Hey,
Wow,
man, we're like that, we're that close,
you better behave. Remember, I got Santa's number.
So,
sure.
And then, we depart.
Right. So
and go ahead.
My next question, how does somebody, what's your recommendation? Holiday parties are going on and you want to be safe. Part of it is if you're going to be there, or Santa's going to be there is that background check. And then does Santa drink the spiked eggnog?
No, I never, I've been offered drinks before. I don't. Mainly because when I'm wearing this suit, it gets hot and I can get dehydrated very quickly. If I'm doing an outdoor gig like this past weekend, I was at Underwood Family Farms in Moore Park. From 11 to 4, I'm saying they let me take as many breaks as I want or whatever. They don't care, but I can tell when I'm getting dehydrated because my lips start drying out.
Right.
And that's when I know I'm getting dehydrated. And
let's add some more alcohol. Dehydration. Yeah. No, we don't need
put
that.
alcohol into a dehydrated Santa, you're gonna
get a sleigh that goes out of control. Cool. Yeah. So you were talking earlier before we went on camera a couple weeks ago about and you know, Santa and I are like this, people just know that that there are ways to do safe holiday parties. Was that what you were referring to? Just making sure if you do have Santa, everything that you've already said, or is there something else that you would recommend about having a safe, fun holiday party?
As of right now, that's basically it. You know, you got to make sure from the host standpoint with alcohol, you know, make sure not too many people are getting too tanked that they can't drive home.
Yeah, or take their keys and put them in your guest room.
Yeah. And, you know, but yeah, just being safe, make sure if there are any steps, make sure Santa knows about them. Nothing worse than,
right. Fuck Santa.
And then make sure it's a clear way. Make sure if you have any dogs, I love dogs. I've done Santa's pictures with pets numerous times, but some dogs kind of freak out when they see me in the suit.
Right. So you want to be careful.
They may attack. So just make sure the dog is either under control, or if there is a possibility he may get aggressive, put him in a room.
Right. Okay. All right. So is there anything else that you can share or bring to attention to help people who will be watching this? They may not be watching it now, but will be watching it, that they would be able to just know something, some other point of view or recommendation or advice.
Let Santa do his thing. You may have an idea of what you want Santa to do, but if you're dealing with an experienced Santa, such as with me, this is my mumble year in the business. I've been Santa for 39 years now. This is my 39th year.
And you're only, and it was like, you're only what, 28, 32?
Yeah, it's amazing how that works.
Wow.
But you know, some of the people that were walking away from Underwood Farms, the elf, one of their employees that was taking the pictures, she told me, she goes, wow, these people are really impressed. I said, what are they saying? She goes, well, that one couple that just walked away said, this guy really knows what he's doing.
Good. No, that's helpful.
We do.
Very helpful when you have people that know what they're doing.
Parties. Don't force a child on Santa. If he's kicking and screaming and doesn't want to go, then don't let him. You know, a year or two later, he'll warm up to us. And like I said, we'll be like that, man. We're going to be close, you know? And don't threaten the kid with, well, Santa's not going to bring you something if you don't tell him what you want. Just
please don't do that, people.
We have our ways of getting information out of children. And if he doesn't want to tell us, we just, okay, well, I promise I'll bring you something really, just let him do the thing. Don't threaten them. Don't say stupid things. I haven't had a child in 39 years that I couldn't handle. Yet,
you're good.
I would say probably half the parents I wanted to put on the naughty list, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
so I'm actually right now putting you on a couple of posts right now, trying to see if I can. I want people to chime in and ask you questions. To you know, maybe they can chime in and ask you questions. But people just aren't paying attention, man. Paying attention.
But yeah,
so, but it's kind of fun.
You could tell Santa what you kind of have in mind, and they can try to make it happen, or just,
Okay.
let him do his stuff and watch the magic unfold. He's going to be
Nice.
making memories for you that are going to be lasting a lifetime.
Cool,
Memories
cool,
that will never
cool.
be forgotten by you or the children. Let them do it.
Excellent.
Let them perform.
Excellent.
A lot of us,
Perform.
you could ask for the background. I have been to Santa Tim Conahan's International University of Santa Claus. Tim Conahan is the Hollywood Christmas Parade Santa. Santa Gordon
Yeah.
Bailey runs the Santa and the Business of Being Santa school, where he teaches about being Santa and performing. I've been to that twice. Robert Suter, aka Santa True, has a Christmas Performers Workshop, which really changes everything. That is, I would
Oh.
recommend that to any Santa out there. I helped him get that started, and by taking him to the first couple classes, because his vehicle that he had at the time was kind of iffy to make it out the Rancho Cucamonga, and just let them do their thing.
Right.
Had the
Right.
training, they've done numerous gigs. If you have any handicapped children or developmentally different children, just let them know. We've had it all before. I've had
Okay. Well, 39 years, you've probably seen it and done it all.
Yes,
So-
autistic children. I had plenty of autistic children this past weekend. Some of them were non-communicative. Excuse me, non-communicative.
Okay.
The one girl asked me for a foster family. We've had people asked to bring parents back together again, and even sometimes bring someone back to life. And, there
Wow.
are a lot of heartbreaking things, but there's also a lot of very heartwarming things. And, just let us do our stuff. We've been there. We've done that. We've seen it. We know how to handle it. Let us do it.
Hey,
So
there's a
we have a little
there's a
visitor
comment.
down there.
There's a comment for you. There's a comment for you in the comments there, Santa, that you need to read. The one that you see right now is the one the state's capital. That's who this boy is. You know who he is.
Phoenix.
Arizona's capital.
Yes. How you doing?
Who is that?
Oh,
Gotta use his name.
are they unmuted? Phoenix.
Oh, they're on mute.
Oh,
Wait.
There
sorry.
you go.
Hi,
Hi, how are you doing?
good.
You having a good
Good.
time tonight? How old are you this year?
Sure.
How old?
Show 'em with your fingers.
4.
Wow, holy smokes. Mrs. Claus is not going to believe her when I tell her how big you've gotten. Oh, wow. Man. So, have you seen anything you like so far? Anything that you might want for Christmas? What's on your wish list?
Toys.
Toys.
He's so
What
easy.
kind of toys? What do you like to play with? What are your favorite kind of toys?
A truck.
A truck? What kind of tray? You want a dump truck or a tow truck or a fire truck? Pickup truck?
A sad truck.
Okay. Anything else on your Christmas wish list? What else do you like to play with?
Mm, I can't remember.
He said, I can't remember.
You can't remember. Well, that's okay. We got plenty of time. And if you
That's
think of
right.
anything, you let your mom know and she can send me an email, or you guys can write me a letter and I'll see what I can do.
Is
There you go.
the kids come in the house?
Can you
What's
come to
that?
the house?
He said, is that okay if I come to your house?
Too cold.
Now, here's the thing. If you want to come up to the North Pole, you can come up and tour, but you got to be 16 years old. That's because of insurance regulations. But I'll tell you what, when we get you up there, we'll start you off shoveling reindeer poop. What do you think?
You want to go shovel reindeer? Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yes?
Hey, you want to shovel reindeer poop?
Oh, man, that means I got to do it. Snickerdoodles.
No. Crazy.
What else do you want for Christmas? Is there anything else you want?
Okay.
Is there anything else you want for Christmas? Is that all?
No.
What else? If you could have one thing, anything at all in the whole wide world, what would it be?
A big present.
Yeah, okay. I'll bring you something very special. I promise you that. How's that? Now, what does mom want for Christmas?
What does mom want for Christmas?
A ball.
A ball?
A ball. What kind of ball? Football,
Baseball?
basketball, baseball, soccer, tennis?
T-Rex ball, he said.
I want it.
What?
I want to get the motorcycle.
He wants a motorcycle.
A motorcycle? Where are you gonna ride it at?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
You gonna come up to the North Pole and ride it around up here?
I get older. Once I get older,
When you get older.
I will go to there.
Yeah.
I will get older today. Go to there.
Yeah.
And get older.
When you get older, you're gonna go to the North Pole. Yeah. You're funny.
So what else is going on right now? What do you do during the daytime?
There's Santa. There we go. Now we see him. What do you do during the day?
Christmas friends.
Play with my friends, he said.
And what else? What do you play with your friends? What do you guys do?
Pick cars.
Cars.
Cars. You like Hot Wheels?
Oops.
Like Hot Wheels.
What's your favorite Hot Wheel?
I like the Bugatti.
A dirt bike.
Ying, 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 ying. That's
You hear Santa?
They don't make two-stroke engines anymore.
Yours is broken. Come here.
Come here. Get in front of the chair so I can see him. We can talk. Let's talk.
There we go.
Christmas.
You want to sit on my lap?
What other kind of things do you like to do? Play with cars and motorcycles, and you want a pickup truck or a truck? You're going to drive a pickup truck when you get older?
I'm just driving a motorcycle.
He wants to drive a motorcycle when he gets older, he said.
Yeah. Ying, 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 ying.
Mine is not the Papa Wheels. Mine is bigger.
Yours doesn't pop a wheel, or it does?
You just make sure if you're doing that, you wear a helmet, because if you go back a little bit too far, you're going to go, oops.
Come here.
Yeah.
Where'd you go, Phoenix?
He wants to show you guys. Don't mind my my apartment. Oh, I'm trying to. This is his motorcycle.
Oh, he wants
Wow.
another one.
This
Whoa.
one, I have to get a new charger for this one.
Holy wow.
That's nice. Do you know how to ride that?
My bed is too small. Look
Are-
it. Look it.
Yep, and his bed is too small,
Look it.
so we brought it out here to jump on it. Gonna show our messy apartment, son. Come here. Come sit over here. Good thing Santa doesn't judge, right?
Only if
No,
you're
we-
naughty or nice.
I'm
Okay,
moving at over 1,300 miles an hour, so you'll never see me. So don't worry about it. And I'm going
Don't have
too
it.
fast to sit there and to judge anybody about, anything. So don't worry about it. We're
Insert
just worried about getting the right presents to the right people. That's all.
That's right. And tell Santa, thank
Right.
you.
You're welcome.
You wave.
Wait, there you go. All right. Now, is Grace still here?
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Grace, calling all Grace. Grace, where are you? We can't hear you. You haven't been unmuted. Hello? Grace, I don't know what happened to her. I thought she was on and now she's not there. Huh. Well, Grace, I think she's about 2 or 3 years old. Cute as a bug's ear. She's my friend's granddaughter. And just waiting. Grace, we're waiting for you. Hello.
Now, see, that was a good interaction with Phoenix there. The mom
Yeah,
just
okay.
let him do his stuff, kind of tried to corral him
Right.
because a lot of times, the kid's really
Little
excited,
shy.
and that's fine. And we
Yeah.
have patience. We kind of know what to do, what to get things out of. It is a little bit difficult doing it on Zoom.
Right.
I have
You
done
can't-
some Zoom visits and it's
A
difficult.
challenge.
In the Santa mode right now, but sometimes you get delays or sometimes the
Whatever.
sound doesn't come through real good.
The technical stuff. I gotcha.
But yeah, we can do it, and
Okay. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to Sunday. We are driving. I'm taking her home. So sorry. Grace is on her way home. So, well, Santa can just, I don't know if,
well, how
If,
much longer is that?
let's see, can you hear Santa? So she's driving.
Unmute her and see if she's muted according to my thing.
Yeah, she is. Can you unmute for a minute?
Or can you unmute her from your
Right.
thing?
She's with her granddaughter. I can't unmute her. I can only mute and ask to unmute.
Okay.
So, Christy, Phoenix's mom said, thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Good, that made his day. Yay. It's all
See,
there.
and that's one of
So-
the things too, doing a home party. We can be, when you're in a mall, a lot of malls are going to reservations now.
Oh, yeah.
And that gives you a little bit more time with the Santa Claus. But
Right.
when it's the assembly line kind of thing, when you're waiting in line for the Santa, he doesn't have much time to interact with your child. And plus
Right.
too, that Santa, the set manager is the one that runs things. And
Right.
they're
You're just
taking
there to
pictures.
smile.
They want to make, Santa just interacts for a little bit, find out what you want here, post this picture here. And then that's usually it. The parents then buy the picture thing. Now, what I did at Underwood Farms this past weekend was kind of the assembly line thing, but I was in control. It was just me and one of their employees. The people would hand the phone to the employees and they'd take the pictures. I controlled everything else. I'm like, okay, you stand here, you stand here. I interact with the children a little bit. Nobody was rushed, but nobody in line complained about how long it was taking either. I know, like I said, how to get information out of children. I can
Good.
joke, I can laugh a little bit, make everybody feel at ease, then we can get some good pictures.
Great. I got to tell you, my favorite memory of Santa Claus is a little girl. And I know I was very young. And I remember going to see him. And I don't know if I did the lap thing, but as I was leaving, a candy cane just miraculously appeared in his hand. It was like as if out of nowhere. I was like, whoa. I just remember remembering that feeling like, wow, that was magic. Just one of those little miniature candy canes.
Yes.
It's like his hand went down and up, and I said something, who knows what I said, I'm 3 or 4 years old. But I just remember feeling as I'm walking away, he hands me this candy cane, and his hands were fine because he was like, I think he had his arm on my shoulder. His hands were open with the white gloves, and next thing you know, there's a candy cane. Like, I'm sure there was a trick to it, whatever, but I thought that was so cool.
So the first thing they teach in any Santa school, both hands in the picture. And that's a lot of times why we wear white gloves, is because it's easier to see white gloves if somebody's wearing whatever. I mean, take a look at how this white goes against.
Right. Very contrasting.
Also against other white.
Right.
You can
Right.
see.
It's very
If you look at
contrasting.
just about any picture of me on my Facebook page, most of my pictures are me in a Santa suit with other people. You'll see both hands in the pictures. And if you ever
Mhm.
see me go with the arms out wide like this, it's because everybody's in a position where I can't sit there and put the arms or the hands in a way
Right.
that would look weird. So I put them both up in the air, kind of like, hey, this is
Air
great.
hug.
In the meantime, here's my hands,
That's it. For sure, for sure. Okay,
we,
well,
we have all
Santa,
sorts of tricks for taking the pictures.
I'll bet you do.
There's,
Awesome.
well, the one that I like and that a lot of people really crack up over, but they think it's great, is when they have a child that wants nothing to do with me, I can either go around and behind, or I have them stand a little bit in front of me, have the photographer get the child's attention, and then I walk up behind them and I do the shh picture.
Mhm.
And
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
comes
cute.
out, the moms usually fall
Just
all
love
over themselves seeing that picture. They think it's the cutest thing.
Aw.
We know what we're doing. Let us do our job.
I had my children on Santa's lap one year as a mall Santa. They were like 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, my 2 oldest. And my youngest, that she was about 2 or 3, probably closer to 2, crying her eyes out. We couldn't get her to calm down. And this is just some advice, moms and dads, when you're taking your child to see Santa and you can't get your child to calm down, let them cry and take a picture. Because this is just how the child is
Yeah.
this year. That's just how they are. Why make everyone life miserable? 10 years from now, they'll look at that, they'll roll their eyes. One year, my daughter put stickers on her face. You were not taking her stickers off. So school pictures had stickers, Santa pictures had stickers. She had stickers. You just couldn't take her. No, she would freak out. Leave her stickers alone. She felt very comforted by her stickers. It's like, so no, just let them be who they are, where they are at right now. It's not hurting anybody. They're crying because it's an unsettling sometimes, maybe just a scary little moment, because there's this big man with a red white suit and he's got usually a deep voice, and it's just, this is how they are. This is just how they are right now. So yeah, take it
And-
for what it is.
And
Just
be
take it for what it
careful
is.
what you say to your child. Like I said, don't threaten them with Santa, or Santa's not
Yes.
going to bring you anything or anything.
No,
Just let them enjoy the interaction. There will be
That's it.
times when a child will come up to me, like I said, will be like that. Maybe the next year they're going to be like, get away from me.
yeah,
know,
oh, it's
there's no
nothing to do with you, or vice
So,
versa.
and it
Exactly.
changes. And then the older they get, 6, 7 years old, before they start questioning things, the theory of mind,
Right.
you know.
Well, if you don't
7
know what
years
the
old.
theory of mind is, just ask us. We'll explain what it is. Just not right now, right here.
But they start soaking it in a little bit later, but they're still at that
Right.
age where they believe, and then
Believe
they're
it.
kind of like that with us, and
Right.
just enjoy it.
Absolutely enjoy it for sure. It has been a pleasure to have you here today. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
well,
And
thank
tell
you
your
for having me.
people they can't call my people. No, I'm just kidding. They're on my naughty list. No.
Well, we
Don't
were
piss
supposed
off
to
the
have
hipsters.
more show up, but a lot of people, like I said, this time of year is very dicey, because a lot of people who were scheduled to show up at the absolute last minute might get a call saying, hey, we need a Santa, and they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
this
and I
is our
am
time of
5
year.
o'clock. I'm at the 5 to 6 hour, and sometimes it's, dinner hour, people getting home from work or whatever. So,
Yeah. And a
but
lot of
that's just,
preschools do their Santas at 5 o'clock too. I've
so
done.
I'd like,
ones at 5.
I just gonna keep it 5 o'clock because I can rhyme live at 5.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
it's,
good to me.
every Thursday, live at 5, everybody. Thank you all so much. Have a fantabulous weekend. And you get busy, keep making those toys, Santa, get those elves busy. Extra duty because the pandemic's over, and you're probably on double time this year for sure.
Pretty much.
Yeah, keep on going. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate your time watching this on the rerun, or now if you're on YouTube. Take care, everyone, and have a fabulous. I'll be back next week with another fantastic mystery show. Take care. Have a great